If you're the type of person who has always struggled to burn fat, and you spend most of your time working out on a treadmill or an elliptical or a bike, then this video is for you. Now, first off, I'm not going to say cardio is bad for you. Everybody knows there are beneficial effects, especially for the heart. My point will be why you need to add weightlifting into what you do. So, for example, let's take a 200-pound person who has a 10% body fat, and then another 200-pound person who has 20% body fat. The person with the 10% body fat is obviously healthier than the person with the 20% body fat. Now, how did they get there? When it comes to exercise, in the moment when you do the cardio, you burn a lot more calories than if you do a session of weightlifting. But what this doesn't account for is the calories you burn long term when you lift weights. When we lift a lot of weight, we build up our muscle. And the more muscle you have, the more calories your body will burn at rest. Now, over time, this amount will slowly increase, meaning that it's much easier for you to maintain a lower body fat percentage. Now, I like to think of this in terms of fat loss and not weight loss, because with fat loss, you lose specifically fat tissue only, whereas with weight loss, you lose muscle, you lose fat, you get dehydrated. A lot of people like to think about the number on the scale, but what really matters is the body's composition. Now, imagine lifting weights is like putting money in an investment of some sorts. Over time, that investment is going to yield more and more results. So the more weights you lift, the more muscle you build, the more calories you will burn throughout the day, or the more calories you can burn throughout the day. Even if you're not doing anything, you will burn more calories than if you had never lifted those weights in the first place. So the best long-term solution for fat loss is to add in weightlifting. Now, specifically, you want to focus on the largest muscle groups in the body. If you do 1,000,000 bicep curls, you might have great biceps, but the bicep itself isn't a very big muscle. So the amount of calories that it'll help you burn is minimal. So what I like to focus on are all of the biggest muscle groups. So if you do things like squats and deadlifts and bench press and row, overhead press, and then some sort of pull up or lat pull down, you will hit basically every single large muscle in the body. And then obviously the larger the muscle you're working on, the more mass that muscle will gain. And it's because it's a big muscle, its potential for growth is better than with a smaller muscle. So by focusing on these more functional compound lifts, we can target a lot of muscles at once, target the biggest muscles, and then that'll give you the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to losing fat in the long term.